Hey guys, DioGenZ here for New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And I bet you're all wondering, is this game really worth $50? Looks like a DS game. Well, you're going to find out. New Super Mario Bros. Wii is not a port. I'm going to say that right now so nobody is confused. It's not a port of the DS game. Now, many people think it is because it takes the same style. And admittedly, I originally thought that it was ported and that this is just different levels. But it's a lot more than just different levels. Now, their main selling point for this game is the fact that you can play up to 4 players multiplayer. You can play this as a co-op, and you can also have fun in multiplayer mode in which you go tackle all the levels, try and win points, which is very good for competition. And each of those multiplayer modes has their benefits. Now, I will keep in mind for everybody who's watching as a hardcore gamer, tell you that the multiplayer it's fun, but it's not the main selling point of the game as they advertise. But you have to realize that they just do that so parents in the holiday buying season will see this and say, oh, all my kids can play, I can get one game. So that's why. But for you hardcore, there's more coming up later. So anyway, with the multiplayer, you can play with a friend through all of the campaign and co-op if you want. If you die 8 times, the game literally plays itself. A button will show up for you to hit that allows you to just watch Luigi take you through the level. And this way, if you're stuck in a rough patch and you want to just get past this level but you can't, you can just press that button or hit that button with your head. And yes, the game is hard. It's not going to make you want to just throw your Wii remote at the screen, but it is quite difficult, and I'll tell you, it is a significant increase from the original New Super Mario Bros. That premiered on the DS that got great reviews. However, it was too short, and the difficulty level was cut down. You can kind of compare New Super Mario Bros. Wii as a fusion of the DS version, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Super Mario World, because it includes all of those elements. So anyway, finishing up with the multiplayer, if one player, say you're playing with your little brother, or you have kids and you want to play with them, but you hate when they die because it just completely messes up most of the games, and they're tired of being the pointer to collect star bits on New Super Mario Galaxy. So what they can do is they can go ride in a bubble by pressing, I believe, the A button. And what this will do is they'll float along as you are still progressing in the level, and it will, if they want to get out and play, all you got to do is hit the bubble. And this is very good because, Nintendo mentioned that, it's going to be, people can just watch the game play itself. And many people thought, well, that's ridiculous. I want to play the game. I don't want the game to play myself. What's the point? I might as well watch videos on YouTube, right? Well, this is where it's nice because it's an option, and it's really not for the hardcore people. Now, the competitive mode in there is very fun. It's a lot better than on the DS screen was, just because you have more space. But as the space issue goes, when you get up to 4 people, it can be a little crowded, but it can also be a lot of fun too. I mean, it's really, really zany. Interesting word to use there, right? But it is a crazy time when there's 4 people. It can vary because if you're playing with yourself and 3 other people who are just complete noobs, they can get in your way. But you can also take advantage of this and use them to throw in the ditch and just jump off their head to get bigger and better coins and scores. So there's a lot of strategy as far as multiplayer is concerned, and I gotta say it is a crucial point in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Now, all that said, multiplayer sounds like a pretty casual experience, and that's pretty much what it is. It's what it is fun for hardcore. Don't get me wrong. However, this is where Nintendo is fusing the hardcore and the casual players, and I think they're doing it just spot on. This is how their games should be, because New Super Mario Bros. Compared to, say, Wii Sports Resort. Wii Sports Resort is looked at, in my opinion, as a purely casual game. I understand for crossovers, but for games in which hardcore people and casual people can get together and say that was a good game, this is one of them. So, moving on to the hardcore stuff, because this is what you guys want to hear. So before I mentioned that it was like Super Mario Bros. DS, it was like Super Mario World, and it was like Super Mario Bros. 3. It's like Super Mario World in the way that Yoshi returns. It's like Super Mario Bros. 3 with the new costumes, and a lot of the mechanics also. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, in Super Mario World, you can also draw the parallel because the Koopa Kids come back, as you saw in that opening cutscene with Princess Peach being nabbed by a giant cake. So the Koopa Kids are back, and they are a blast. I mean, it is a lot more entertaining to go from castle to castle and actually fight enemies that you haven't seen in a long time and you actually recognize, other than nameless, faceless bosses that are just so easy to breeze by. And they do put up a bit of a challenge, and it is a different experience every time you face them. Say you play once with yourself and then you play again with another person, you can tackle it in totally different ways, and it makes for a very nice experience. So that's how that is similar to the Super Mario World. However, Super Mario Bros. 3, which is looked at as probably the best Mario game, if not the best game of all time, I'll let that be because I know a lot of people favor Zelda as one of the best games of all time. But as far as Mario goes, that was probably the one. Now, the level mechanics, the level design, very similar to Super Mario Bros. 3, and also you have a new suit. You have two new suits. You have the penguin suit, which allows you to swim and fire ice balls, which is interesting because there's also an ice flower, which just lets you shoot ice balls instead of fireballs. But the penguin suit allows you both. And that's kind of like the frog suit was in Super Mario Bros. 3. And then equivalent to the raccoon suit is the now brand new propeller hat, where you shake the Wii remote and Mario darts up into the sky. And as for the Wii being, Wii controls, because a lot of people think some Wii games could be ported to DS because they don't use any motion, New Super Mario Bros. Wii uses motion just right. Doesn't use it too much, and it doesn't use it too little. You'll be using it to control lights on a riverboat. You'll be using it to balance out platforms, using it for the propeller hat. It's never too much, and it's never too little. It's just a nice light touch. And really, they have great balance with this game. And it's incredible to see Nintendo do this. I mean, after so many times of this could be right, this could be wrong, they finally got it. Now, all of this put aside, there are some complaints with the game that I have. Probably my biggest complaint is the way it looks. I mean, yes, I understand you want that style, but really, there's nothing significant about it. The music is pretty much similar to the DS, as you can hear in the background right now. It's catchy, yes it is, but I would have liked to see Mario go into some different type of style. I mean, we see him in 3D, and we see him now in the new Super Mario Bros. DS, I guess you call that format, but I'd like to see him in a different light and a different sound. But I mean, all that aside, this is a fantastic game. I give this game a 9.0. It is a definite win. You have to pick this up if you are a Mario fan or if you like video games remotely. Makes a great gift for the holidays. And I am Diogen Z from Nintendo Radio, and we are out.
Oh yeah, Mario time!